Welcome to Chemistry Online Classes. Today lecture I am going to discuss about reactions of ethyl acetate. The first reaction is formation of enolate. Formation of enolate. Ethyl acetate reacts with sodium ethoxide base, and we know that ethyl acetate, which is having active methylene group, these two hydrogens are having high acidic in nature. Sodium hydroxide or sodium ethoxide, whenever we are adding, it will abstract this proton and it will form enolate. Negative charge here, COET, and the counter ion is Na plus. This is called sodium salts of enolate, and this is stabilized by resonance. Na. This is the one reaction how we can form a enolate is ethyl acetate. If we add a sodium ethoxide, it will form corresponding enolate, and most of the time we use this enolate as a reactive intermediate or substrate for most of the application of ethyl acetate. That's why I have taken a first reaction is formation of enolate, and the second reaction is alkylation reactions, that is alkylation on ethyl acetate. And we can prepare disubstituted ethyl acetate or monosubstituted ethyl acetate, and for this we have to take a sodium salts of ethyl acetate as a substrate. I am taking sodium salts of ethyl acetate as a starting material, and when we react with alkyl halide Rx, and here whatever the enolate which is act as a nucleophile and halogen will leave, and R will come and attack it active methylene carbon. Similarly, we have one more hydrogen, and same if we repeat first addition of sodium ethoxide base, which will abstract this hydrogen and which will form sodium salts of ethyl acetate, R minus and Na plus. If you use another mole of alkyl halide, you can take any Rx, and again this is act as a nucleophile, and we get disubstituted ethyl acetate. So it is a disubstituted derivative of ethyl acetate. So we can prepare either monoalkylation, depends upon the requirement, or dialkylation, and this is a general representation how we can prepare. And you can use any, if you need a methyl substituted, you can use methyl bromide or methyl iodide, methyl chloride, such that it can be formed as a methyl derivative. If you need a dimethyl derivative, you can use 2 times methyl bromide and you will get dimethyl derivative of ethyl acetate. This is another type of reaction we can see with respect to ethyl acetate. Next, if we are moving into hydrolysis of ethyl acetoacetate. Hydrolysis of ethyl acetoacetate. Hydrolysis of ethyl acetoacetate. In presence of potassium hydroxide, the hydrolysis of ethyl acetoacetate occurs in two types. One will give you ketone, another one gives carboxylic acid. And this we can categorize into two hydrolysis. If the end product is ketone, we call it as ketonic hydrolysis. If the end product is acid, we call it as acid hydrolysis. So, I am taking first ketonic hydrolysis. Whenever we say ketonic hydrolysis, the end product is ketone is formed in this reaction. Ketonic hydrolysis. Here I am taking ethyl acetoacetate. Reacts with KOH, and the condition for ketonic hydrolysis is dilute solution of KOH, potassium hydroxide, whether it is aqueous or alcohol KOH. If I use a KOH H2O, so here first it will undergo ester group undergo hydrolysis and will give corresponding carboxylic acid CH3 C double bond O COH, and this is here we are using KOH. It's usually there in the salts of potassium COO K, CO minus K plus, and after acidification, and whenever we are adding a acid to this compound above salt, it will form a beta keto acids, alpha beta position we have keto, and we know that beta keto compounds are highly unstable. Whenever we are adding a acid, first it will form their corresponding carboxylic acid CH2 C double bond O OH, and this immediately when we started heating in acidic medium undergoes decarboxylation reaction, and this H plus will come and attack at this CH2 center, and it is converted into acetone CH3 C double bond O CH3. So the end product of this reaction is acetone, and we are calling as a ketonic hydrolysis. If we get a end product is acid, we call it as acid hydrolysis. Where the difference will come is whatever the condition we are using. If we require a ketonic hydrolysis, always we have to go with a dilute solution of base. If we required carboxylic acid as a end product, we have to go with concentrated solution of base, and it is always predominant product is ketone, and this is about the ketonic hydrolysis. Here if you do any alkylation reaction on this active methylene, as previous class I have said, if you do alkylation followed by hydrolysis, if you do, always you will get a methyl ketone as a product, and that is the application part we will discuss in the next class. But these two reactions you have to carefully see when we have to do ketonic hydrolysis, when we have to do acidic hydrolysis. And next we are moving into other hydrolysis, acidic hydrolysis. Now we will discuss about acid hydrolysis. Ethyl acetoacetate undergo acid hydrolysis in presence of concentrated KOH, and the end product of this reaction is acid. That's why we call it as acid hydrolysis. Here H plus and OH minus hydrolysis will take place here, H plus and OH minus. As a result, we are getting here CH3CO OH, CH3CO OH plus, and if you look at the second part, H plus, that is CH3CO OH, CH3CO OH, and the last one we get ethanol. And here end product is acid, that's why we call it as acid hydrolysis. And here only the difference will come with respect to the reagent. If we are using dilute KOH, always it will go ketonic hydrolysis. If we are using concentrated KOH, always the reaction will progress in acid formation. If you look at the mechanism of this reaction, ethyl acetate, when we react with concentrated KOH, OH minus, which is act as a nucleophile, it will come and attack it carbonyl carbon, it forms a addition product, and this negative charge given to carbon, the cleavage will take place and we get one molecule of carboxylic acid, and another one is CH2 minus and COOET. Here again hydrolysis will reaction will takes place, and the proton is accepted by carbon ion, which is converted into another molecule of CH3COOH plus ethanol. And here you can see it is acid, and in the environment is basic. Always we will get ended up with a potassium salts of carboxylic acid. At the end of the reaction, after completion of this addition of KOH, always we have to use a H plus acidic workup. When we do acidic workup, the end product will come as a carboxylic acid, otherwise it will be there in the salts of carboxylic acid. And this is the where we can see how the hydrolysis reaction will taking place in presence of acid. So this is about the some of the important reaction with respect to ethyl acetate. The formation of phenolate, and the second one is alkylation reaction and hydrolysis reaction. So next class we will discuss about application of ethyl acetate in organic synthesis. Like by using ethyl acetate, we can prepare dicarboxylic acid, monocarboxylic acid, and ketones, substituted ketones, and different heterocyclic molecules that we will learn in the next class.